what's going on? What's going on? It's Freaky Friday, and there's always something freaky going on Friday. Actually, there is. I got something really cool to show you. New piece of equipment, of course. Just finished that yard across the street. Noah's just blowing off, and we're off to our last one of the day, which is the church. And I'll do a little footage there. Nothing crazy because you guys have seen it by now. It is so freaking hot and humid. See, the weatherman was not lying this time. Whew, you cannot breathe out here. I'm dealing with a situation actually that's been on my mind most of the day, and so I want to definitely talk to you about it and get your opinion on it and what would you do. But I got a new piece of equipment right here that got sent to me, and I'm gonna start using it and try it out, and I'm gonna get Noah to use it as well and see what he thinks. And I'm actually in the process of changing some stuff up on this trailer. There's the new piece of equipment right there. It is the all new, well, it's actually, I don't know if it's like this year or when they came out with it, but it is their most powerful trimmer, gas trimmer from Husqvarna, and this is the 535 LST. And I went ahead and put it together last night in my garage. I went ahead and put this on there because I've actually been using trimmers for a while without the guards, and I want to see how it is. One, it's a new unit, and two, just how it is with the guard, because I'm so used to it without the guards now. But we'll give it a shot. Not sure how that head is, how the head is going to do, if it's actually a pretty, so any of you who might have some experience on this, let me know. Does this head do pretty good? And you know, is there an option even to change it to maybe like a speed feed or something like that? As of right now, just feeling it without using it, it feels pretty light, and so I do like that. Feels pretty light. Definitely a lot lighter than these bad boys that I'm using, the Echoes. So the trigger, ninjas, the trigger is right here, and this is the safety thing, so you can't pull it, of course, until you put your hand on it. So when you put your hand in it, and there it goes. So see what I mean? The fuel tank seems to be a decent size from what I can tell. There's also a little nice little metal right here where it sits on, so that's pretty good, so it's not on plastic. But if I was to say, it's definitely smaller than the Echoes, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a smaller fuel tank. Yeah, but it does go underneath down here. I could be wrong at that. So I know a lot of you probably have used this, maybe still use it. So feel free to comment, let me know what you think, if you like. Any cons, pros, and I'll be happy to share some of the cons and pros as we put some use into this, and anything that we might discover. Handle, of course, with just a twist, you can adjust it, bring it up, down. So this is what I'm doing before I start mowing here. I'm changing up the equipment. I do like the steel. I'm going to keep this because I do end up using it for the bed redefiner and the extension trimmers, or the hedge trimmers. So here's the deal with the Echo deals. Here's the deal with the Echo deals. For one, they're really loud as far as the blowers go, which is fine. It is a little annoying, but whatever. But they're heavy. They are not. I'm telling you right now, from having to use this thing all of fall and into this season, ever since it started, right? They are not something that you want to use for your daily blower. And when I say that, ninjas, I mean daily. I'm talking about blowing off grass clippings from the driveways, walkways, or parking lots. It's not practical. It is so heavy, and I didn't think about that when I purchased it, but they are great blowers for leaf cleanups. So I'm still gonna keep them, They're awesome blowers for leaf cleanups. Now here's another thing. Trimmers. When I was purchasing these are the new SRM 3020Ts. Heavier, a little bit heavier than the 2620s, and definitely a lot heavier than some of the smaller models, which I think are like 225s or something like that. So they got plenty of power, but you don't need that power for your maintained yards. You don't need that power for your maintained yards. If my phone doesn't stop going off every time I talk, I'm gonna lose it. So I've also noticed it's so much heavier. I am trying to make not only this trailer as light as possible, right? Which is not gonna be much, but I want lighter equipment. I want it to be lighter on our bodies, on our shoulders, on our hands. But I do want some power. I'm not trying to go with something that has no power, but I want something, if it has less power than that, that's fine. If it has less power than that, than the 3020, that's fine. How much power do you guys need, honestly, to trim regular maintained yards, weekly or bi-weekly? The only time this would come handy is if you are into some big brush, overgrown. I say you should probably keep one on hand, or if you know you got new properties, might be overgrown, throw it in the bed of the truck, bring it with you. You might need it. But when it comes to just maintained yards, it's unnecessary. No, it's unnecessary. So I'm gonna be trying this bad boy. I'm also, somebody recommended to me Red Max, which is I think also owned by Husqvarna, and somebody even told me to look into Mariyamas. I think, is it Mariyamas? Is that how you pronounce it, Mariyamas? Supposedly they are really good too and have plenty of power, but also lightweight. So we'll see. I'm gonna look into those as well. Steels, look, tell me, ninjas, which steel trimmer is the lightest, that has decent power, doesn't need to be the most powerful, but decent enough to where I can comfortably use it to trim and go through grass like this, for example. Okay, that's all it is. That's all we're cutting. Anytime you're cutting any kind of weekly, bi-weekly, you're not cutting no 3-foot tall grass. You're just maintaining yards. I don't need the most craziest powerful, and I've learned from that, because I've been the guy that's like, I need the baddest, strongest blower trimmer that there is. That's fine, they have their place, no doubt. But when it comes to your daily mowing, weekly, bi-weekly accounts, everyday use, you don't need that. It plays a big, big part on your body, your wear and tear, a lot to hold. I mean, guys, this blower, ninjas, it's a sucker. To get it out of here, that's the one. Then you gotta, and that's fine, but when you gotta do it 20 times a day, dust. All right, it's annoying. Not to mention, this is terrible. Absolutely terrible. Absolutely freaking terrible. The 770s don't do this like these 8010s do. The flex tubes are terrible. Terrible. Also, you guys remember, I have the Husqvarna blower. The reason I haven't been using it and haven't reviewed it is because they sent me the wrong flex tube. So I'm waiting on the right flex tube to arrive so I can actually put it to some use. But the way it's going, it might show up by the end of the season. I hope not. But that's the only, so I'm testing that one. I want to look into the Red Max. I also want to look into the steels. I do like, from what I've seen, the steel blowers that have a pull handle. I think that's really convenient and really nice. If you have to shut it off to talk to a customer, and then when you get done talking, you don't have to take it off your back and start it and put it back, you just pull it. I do like that, but how durable is that is my thing. Is it something that's gonna break Is there a trick to it? Is it hard to learn or to teach employees? Is it something that can get torn up pretty quickly? So that's something I'm gonna be looking, but I haven't even had a chance to go by a dealership and check them out in person. I think I only saw it one time at the GIE last year, and it was I don't even remember if I ended up putting it on my back or not, but I remember looking at it and whatnot. But anyway, so yeah, I'm making changes, ninjas. I am steering clear from heavier blowers and trimmers. I really am. And I'll be honest with you, I have no problems with the brand. Okay, besides the weight of it, and I think has its place, right? You want to, it comes great for leaf cleanups and stuff like that. But I'm happy to try different brands. I want to be able, and I've tried a lot of them when I first started my business and kind of worked my way up. But once I found Echo, I just kind of stuck with it. And a lot of that is not because I am devoted to Echo by any means. It's a great product, but it's the dealerships that I was dealing with, right? You guys know what brands of mowers I even had back in the day. And that's what they sold. So it's more of a convenience thing. It's there. I'm already there for a mower service, which I was there a lot for mower services, but that's a whole nother story. And that's the brand that they sold. So I'm like, okay, why not? I'm already here, I need a new trimmer. But the more I'm going into the next 10 years, remember I talked to you ninjas, I said I am reconstructing my business and I want to change things up. And so this, I feel like, is definitely one part of it. I want to go lighter, 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 lighter. I've got a customer that's fired me and now wants to rehire me. I'll tell you about that as soon as I get done mowing. Cut.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay.
Did you know that the planet Pluto hasn't made not one full orbit around the sun since it was discovered in 1930?
Planet Pluto?
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically it's considered not a planet anymore.
I know, but it was a planet for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has not made one full orbit around the sun.
Has it made half?
Mm-mm.
Not even half? Mm-mm. Quarter?
No, I think it's like quarter and a little bit. I don't know. It's not quite half yet. I don't know.
So it hasn't even gone around the sun completely at all?
Nope, not since it was discovered in 1930.
Did you ninjas know that? I didn't know that. Did you know that? I didn't know that. No.
Why didn't you know that?
I didn't know that.
Well, I just told you, man. Now you know.
Oh, look what came in my mail. Game Informer. Are you a gamer? What?
Really?
Get out of town. Dude. Thanks, Noah.
Yep.
We'll see you tomorrow, buddy.
Okay, bye.
Peace. Don't forget about the Wolfpack Challenge, the Wolfpack Push-Up Challenge. I think I did another 15 today. It's been the last couple of days have been really stressful for me, and so I haven't had a chance to record. So I got a customer who fired me. I mean, basically fired me, told me I don't need you anymore. And now they want me back. And it's not necessarily that they fired me, but it's the way we parted ways. And now all of a sudden, what, June? And he was like consistently blowing up my phone today. He's blowing up my phone today and wants me to start mowing ASAP. I got the text when I was mowing at the church and I read it, you know, because I felt my phone. I looked at it and I'm like, I can't believe it, really. But I kept going, mowing. I wanted to finish. And then by the time I finished mowing, I looked at my phone. There was like 2 or 3 two missed calls and 1 more text where he was like, did you get my message? So he's obviously like, it's urgent. What would you do in this situation? Because it didn't really end ugly, like where he was like, but it was like also like, I don't know, man. It wasn't really cool. The way he was just like, no, don't need the service. All he had to tell me was, hey, Nick, my son's going to try to do it for a few months, you know, and then if you don't mind, if you could pick me back up, I really think sometimes what's really important, ninjas, and this goes for both parties, the customer and the contractor, is the way you word things and what you say. I get fired and now he wants to rehire me, basically. And he said from now on, so that means from now on and until the season stops. Let me know, what would you do? Would you take that customer back, or would you say no? If you said yes, would you keep the price the same, or would you change? I'm just curious to see what you ninjas are thinking, because I am in a little bit of a situation where I know what I want to do, but at the same time, I'm a little... Look, there's a difference. And the difference is, do you want or need the money? I don't need the money, but I want the money. you know what I'm saying? We're all out here to make a living. Take care, my ninjas. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.